Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this Gemini card. It says, speak your truth. Choose words wisely. Remember that your words have consequences. You have this Hand of Fate. It says, everything is happening for a reason except the things to which fate binds you. So could be a very fated time for you. You have the Judgment card, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups showing up in this first row. So the Judgment card is kind of like waking up to your dream, and definitely with the Page of Pentacles, I would say that you could be learning new ways of doing things, or you could be hoping to have like some sort of harvest in your life. As always, you get one of the Cups cards. I really feel it's because, and look, we have a cow, the Empress, your card right here. But I really think it's because we are in a time where like the universe is trying to encourage Taurus to follow their heart more than anything. So I would say that's why you always get these, cards like Queen of Cups, King of Cups, pretty much every single reading I do for you. And that first card there said the truth. So I feel that when we live from our heart, we are, basically living our truth. And that is definitely what this reading is encouraging you to do. Again, you have that Judgment card, and I feel like you're getting clarity on something, probably through like knowledge. The Page of Pentacles kind of represents, he's a card of studiousness, and he kind of represents the quest for knowledge, looking to learn about something that could be important for you, or looking to learn about something that could lead to more success in your life. And so I feel that for a lot of you. And right next to him, you have the Magician as well. And so the Magician isn't necessarily like the quest for knowledge, but he is looking for, he's looking at his tools that he has in front of him, and he is looking for the best tools for the job, whatever it is that he's trying to do. So I feel that for a lot of you Tauruses out there. I feel like you are looking for the best tools that you have already developed, and these tools could be like talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, of course, that you are trying to use so that you can live a more heart-based life, I would say, with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is normally sitting in the middle of the ocean, and he has these choppy waters all around him, and it kind of represents the fact that no matter what is going on around him, he is perfectly fine, and he's able to handle the energy or handle the things that are going on around him, and he's not worried about it. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you're developing skills so that you can be more successful. We even go all the way up to the Chariot from the King of Cups. So a lot of you are, hoping to have some sort of victory in your life. And, I do feel for a lot of you, this is probably financial in nature. We don't really see a lot of love in this reading. And you have the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles right here, which would be abundance. The Page of Pentacles could also represent, you looking to have a harvest. I look at the Page of Pentacles as more, hoping to do something to have a harvest. He has that pentacle in his hand, but he needs to like plant that pentacle in the ground so that it can grow. So he's hoping to have some sort of harvest in the future. You also have the Queen of Pentacles here. And, again, the Queen of Pentacles is more about like protecting your finances, but still really good. With the Judgment card, you have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you are thinking about a change that is going to require some guts, right? It's going to require some balls, right? People love when I say balls, and so I have to say it. But what I would say here is that I feel you are kind of looking at your financial situation or your situation. Seven of Pentacles is analysis. He's normally looking at what he has already grown, and he's thinking, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it for me to keep doing what I'm doing, or is there something better? And again, I think you're moving towards something better. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Death card. Yeah, major transformation coming in for you. Judgment to Death is pretty powerful, or just having the two together in a reading is pretty powerful. The Death card is the death. The Judgment card is the rebirth. And the Death card can represent rebirth as well. But the people on the Judgment card are being called up out of their coffin. So they are being called up to leave behind their old life and step into a new life. With the King of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles. I thought you had another 5 here for some reason. And, yeah. You end with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups can represent regrets or sadness. Five of Pentacles, like feeling left out in the cold. The good news is that the Five of Cups is showing up in the last row, which is the good stuff. And it kind of says to me that a lot of you are coming out of the cold. I feel like these two cards here are more saying that you are coming out of the cold. And even the Magician with the Five of Pentacles here, it can say that you are finding a way out of your current situation. So if you've been like penny pinching or worried about money, you could be finding better ways to have victories or to have a victory in your finances in the first place, which it does look to me like you are doing. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you right now, you have this kiwi. It says awareness, psychic attunement, and fidelity. You have this quail. It says refuge, nourishment, and solutions. You have two cards of nourishment here. You have this, the quail, and you also have the Empress, which is also definitely a card of nourishment. She's really the card of self-care. She really takes care of herself and makes sure that she is nourished. The more you do that, probably the more abundance you will be attracting into your life. I would pay attention to your intuition. Again, I think we're in a time of heightened intuition. But like, trust me, I'm a Pisces, right? We're supposed to be very intuitive, and like 9 times out of 10, I don't listen to my intuition. It's like I do things that I know I shouldn't do, or I have a feeling about something and I don't take advantage of it. So it's like I'm super guilty of this as well. I think we all need to, kind of get better at tapping in and listening to things that are maybe not being said, right? You even have this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is really about kind of like moving towards your passions. But I'm using the Arc Animal Tarot, by the way. That's what this deck is. And the author of this deck, the creator, chose a fox for the King of Wands, which is really interesting. Foxes can kind of blend into situations. They can, they are shapeshifters and tricksters, and they're but kind of like more in a playful type of way. And so I feel like this plus the Magician is also a shapeshifter. The Magician, well, in the sense that he is reinventing himself on the Magician. And so I feel a lot of you are kind of like stepping into a new fiery energy, one where you can take the lead in your life, or maybe you are stepping up into leadership positions as well. You have the Magician, and of course the Magician is about manifestation and manifesting new things. I think you're going, any of you that want to manifest more abundance or anything, like whatever you want to manifest, it doesn't matter. I think that the Magician is saying that you need to use the right tool for the job. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. And I was getting something here on the Page of Pentacles about you, kind of like learning what the right tool for the job is. And so a lot of you could be doing that with the Magician. You could even be learning how to use new tools. And by tools, I mean like new talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, or things that you're learning. I also feel like you could be learning how to use tools in different ways, or you could be learning how to use your tools in different ways, or something. Something like that is popping into my head with the Magician. But, I think it would be very beneficial for you, and, just learning new ways of doing things. I also think it would be very beneficial for you to learn how to manifest. You have the Empress as well, which is another card of manifestation, card of abundance, and, kind of birth and birthing something new. We definitely see a rebirth here. Again, Judgment and Death card coming up in the first row. So you could be birthing something new that's going to be very abundant for you. The Empress is also the mother, just in general. And there's something popping into my head about that. It could have to do with your mother, or I'm getting something like your mother could be helping you, or you could be helping your mother in some way. I don't know. It's popping into my head, so I'm going to say it. But I do feel it's a very fertile time for you. But the other thing is we go this way to that Five of Cups, and you have the Three of Wands right here. The Three of Wands kind of says that to birth something new, you have to expand. The Three of Wands is all about expansion and growth and making progress and taking the steps necessary to make progress. So I feel like for you to manifest the Empress into your life, or to be the Empress, it's more about expansion. Can't make this up. With the King of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. I'm telling you right now, if there's something in your heart that you want to do, Taurus, and I feel like you just need to do it. I feel like there's a lot of reasons not to do it. Seven of Pentacles right there. I feel like that Seven of Pentacles, sometimes I feel sevens can represent internal fears that don't exist. Like Seven of Pentacles could say, well, it's like I have money at this job right now, and if I go get this other one, I might not have money. It's like those are the types of fears you have to face. But your heart is telling you to do something different. If you do want love, there could be, divine counterparts here as well. With the Magician, you have the High Priestess. Yes, definitely trust that intuition. We said this. Nothing, I feel the High Priestess is about like mystery and secrets. Normally, she has that tapestry behind her, and we can't see what is going on behind her on the card. And so it's a secret, but she needs to go discover that secret. Sometimes, there's a theory about the High Priestess that she has her back to the world, and she is she's kind of like isolating herself so that she can listen to her intuition. But it's like once she has gotten the answer, she needs to go behind that tapestry that's behind her and see what the mystery is. So I feel that it's time for you to look into mystery, or it's time for you to kind of peek behind the curtain, right? With the Empress, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be, love if you're looking for it. Again, not really love reading. There's not like a ton of love stuff here, but if you want it, like I said, I feel there could be someone you admire, or there could be an admirer around you. Definitely could be a water sign, with all this and this. And you have Scorpio and Pisces right here. Could be any sign, general reading. But what I would say is this could be love. The Page of Cups can also be your dream. It can say that you have a dream at this time and you need to start working towards that dream. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Panther and the Frog. The Frog, of course, is about transformation. It's also about like cleansing and cleaning out. And you have the cow card with the Empress. And so I feel like the Empress is definitely saying, with this, that it's a great time to cleanse, to heal, to eat good food, to make sure you're taking care of yourself and all that other stuff. Even the Panther in this deck, this is the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle. The Panther also kind of represents cleansing and purging. So a lot of you could be kind of like cutting out the crap, right? And I feel that would be a good idea. The Panther also represents like kind of recognizing your power and using your power effectively so that you can find success. The Chariot is the card of power. So I feel for a lot of you, your first card here, you have the Chariot, Three of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel for a lot of you that you are it's like you're doing things that express your power. You could also be making a powerful move at this time. There's no need to, tell people you are powerful when you work with the Chariot, right? People just see it. The Chariot is a powerful move. He is leaving the city behind him and he doesn't have to tell anyone or show anyone his strength because it's on display. And that's popping into my head. I feel like some of you are about to be doing things where it's like you don't have to say anything. I feel like your strength is on display here, Taurus, or how strong or what you are capable of is on display. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion, growth, taking the lead, making progress. But I also look at the Three of Wands as needing to get out, and go on an adventure. Normally on the Three of Wands, the guy is standing at the top of a hill, and there are normally like 3 boats out on the water. And he needs to get onto those boats so he can have an adventure, so he can do something new. He needs to get out into the world. And this looks like a pretty confident rooster here on this card. So I feel like you need to be confident like this rooster and really be bold and assertive and kind of go for what you want, because I feel like that's the thing that will make you very successful. A Judgment with the Three of Wands, which you start with the Judgment card there, can kind of represent, that waking up, becoming aware of something, or kind of, shooting up out of bed, right? And so I feel for some of you that you could have that feeling, especially if you're getting any new ideas at this time, or if you're getting any new inspirations. You could be feeling very motivated. With the Chariot, says you have to take control of those reins and make something happen. So now is the time. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is all about being presented with an opportunity that has great potential, but potential means nothing. Great potential means nothing unless you take action on that great potential. So I feel like there's like a big opportunity, probably something that you're really going to love, but and it's probably something that's going to also create more prosperity for you. This reading, if I were to boil it down very simply, I think it's just your quest to grow your finances, right? Or your quest to becoming financially free. And I think you will do this through being bold. You end with this Badger Spirit. It says, be fearless, be bold. And I kind of feel like that is the key to your success here, Taurus, or it will be, is you being fearless and doing something fearlessly. Again, the Chariot driver, he is doing something fearlessly. He's trusting that the universe is going to guide him in the right direction. And so I feel like that's what you're doing. With the Chariot, you have the Knight of Wands. Yes, go on the adventure. You have the Knight of Wands twice right next to each other. Right here, it's like your heart is leading you towards an adventure, or towards going on some sort of adventure. An adventure could be anything. It could be traveling, it could be moving, of course, but it could also just be, starting that new project, or writing a book, or, fixing your health. Whatever it is for you doesn't matter. I feel like your heart is telling you what it is with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. I think I said this in like the Pisces reading, but I think it's super interesting that the author of this deck chose the octopus as the animal on this card, because the octopus is all about exploring your boundaries. Octopus sticks its arms into crevices and it can't really see what is on the other side. So the octopus is always kind of going between the light and the dark. Is always exploring darkness and exploring its domain and exploring its boundaries. And I feel like that would be your power animal right now if I were to pick one for you, Taurus. With the Rooster, the Three of Wands there, you have the King of Pentacles, which is your card. So you show up twice going this way, and the King of Pentacles puts you in a position of power and strength. You also have the Queen of Pentacles here. So again, for those of you that are looking for love, oh, I didn't even notice you have the King and Queen of Pentacles right here as well. So definitely stepping into your power. I feel for a lot of you, again, this could be love. I love the King and Queen of Pentacles together because, they want something stable, long-term. They want something that works. Sometimes what's missing with these two is more the kind of like the passion or love, but I wouldn't even worry about it because you have the King and Queen of Cups here. And that tells me that not only will this, if you're looking for love and if you find a person, not only will it be, very stable, but there will also be the kind of like the passion, the desire, the love will be there as well. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. And I think the problem is the amount of work that you're doing right now and the amount of work that you have to do. It's like you're working on something right now. This is like what's popping into my head. You're working on something right now that requires a lot of effort. And what you want to do also requires a lot of effort. So like finding the balance between the two things could be a little bit of a challenge, but I do feel like you're almost at the end of a long journey. The Ten of Wands really says that you're reaching the end of this long journey that you've been on, and you are about to find success. So don't give up now. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this cat spirit, says claim your independence. You have this badger, it says be fearless, be bold. I think that's the secret for you here, Taurus, is being fearless, being bold, really going for what you want. I think that will lead to the most success. Charging through obstacles, all that other good stuff. I already feel like you're very independent. You have the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So Five of Cups is like regrets or sadness. But on the good side of things, again, this would represent seeing the good stuff. Normally, he is looking at 3 cups that are spilt over in front of him, and he has 2 cups behind him that have spilled, and he needs to see those 2 cups so that he can get what he wants. So he needs to, the trick with the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you have, and then you get the bridge and the castle as well. That's also on the card, but it's showing up in the good stuff, so I feel like there are good things coming in for you. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, I feel that you are, with the King, even if you don't want love, and even if you do, I feel that the King and Queen of Pentacles multiple times here in your reading is talking about your quest to build wealth. Like we said earlier, I feel like you are kind of on this quest to improve your finances or to stabilize at least your finances. I also feel like you are kind of more on like a quest to build long-term wealth as well. It's like you want to build, build and leave a legacy. As I always say to you, that Uranus and Taurus, we had Jupiter and Taurus, but, just because a planet leaves doesn't mean you're not still dealing with the energy. So like I said, I feel a lot of you have this desire to probably like build long-term wealth or long-term success. And it looks to me like you are doing it. You have this bear card at the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is also about kind of nurturing your finances. She's normally looking at the pentacle that she has in her hand, and there's normally like a rabbit down here. The rabbit can represent like fears and anxiety, so it says that she is focused on what she has. She's not focusing on what she doesn't have, so your focus is important as well. With the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Again, when he turns around, he sees the 2 cups. So for those of you that want love, I would turn around and be grateful for what you have, because I think that will bring you towards like a divine counterpart here, Taurus. It looks really, really good. You could be finding someone who's really good for you. Like I said, I think there's going to be a good mixture of like practicality, but also, fantasy or whatever you want to call it. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're working on the right things. Eight of Pentacles represents material success on the horizon or more money coming in for the work that you're doing. So I feel like you're attracting better finances. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. You show up in this reading like 5 times or something like that. A bunch of times, like 1, 2, 3, wasn't 4. So 4 times. That was close. But you're all over this reading. It's definitely an all about you reading. The Hierophant would represent kind of blessings coming in. He is blessing the 2 people in front of him, and they are he's blessing them because he's initiating them into something in that his teachings or whatever. It's like of the universe, and this could lead to a lot more blessings for you. You have this April card, and then you have this dagger. It says fears, worries, tense situation. So maybe in the month of April, around your birthday time, right? That you had a tense situation. I feel like you're moving past it. You have this purse card. It says pay attention to your finances, I would change this a little bit and say, pay attention to what actually makes money. For those of you that are trying to improve your finances, it's like, I see you doing things. It's like some things definitely make you money and other things definitely don't make you money. And that's what I would pay attention to. And I feel like it's not a time to screw around. And I also feel like it's not a time to invest in like fantasies necessarily. That does not mean that we should not be working on our dream. But what it does mean is that if you're doing something and if you're thinking like, oh, this will get better next month, and then the next month comes around and you're thinking, oh, this will get better next month, and you keep playing that game, I feel like it's saying, well, there are things right now that are working for you, and those are the things that you need to keep doing. You have this teapot card. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Yeah, I feel like your friends are going to be very important. It's like your surroundings are going to make you more successful. You have this casket. It says someone going out of your life for the end of a situation. We see death here multiple times, so you're clearly going through a transformation. Again, coffins to me in the tarot and the oracle cards, they basically say the coffin is your old life, outside the coffin is your new life, and you just need to step into your new life. You have this ram that says a stubborn, aggressive person. I don't know. I feel like people are all fired up. There's clearly a lot of craziness going on in the world. It's only going to get worse. I literally said at the beginning of 2024 with my favorite Taurus, Christopher Witecki, well, maybe my second favorite because my assistant is also a Taurus, so sorry, April, but so maybe my second favorite Taurus. Actually, my mother is also a Taurus, so my mom, April, then Christopher, they're all, they can share the number one spot, right? So whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I would say here is that, I think that there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and I feel you should, kind of like protect yourself from those crazy people. But I said at the beginning of the year with Christopher Witecki, I did a reading with him, and I said that I think that, I said buckle up in this year, and, I feel like I haven't been wrong. So there you go. Looks really good. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.